Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine Show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. And with Navy Army track meet on the horizon, we got the captain, Nathan Kent, with us. Nathan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Nate, you roll into this star meet coming off of setting a school record in the 4x400. You do it at Penn Elite. How are you able to make that happen? And what has led to your success once again this year in indoor?
Well, I mean, it's it's just a start. A 4x4 school record this early on is great. But I think it just means that the bar is a whole lot higher. Losing a couple of seniors last year, it seems like a big deal, but a lot of the young guys are ready to step up, and I'm really happy to see that. I'm really proud of them. But like I said, it's just a momentary success, and we expect a lot more. We expect a lot bigger things. So I think it's a good way to kind of catapult us into Army Navy and to get us ready. But I think it was also a really good reminder because the team as a whole did pretty well at the Penn Elite this past week. I think it's a good reminder as a whole that we're not satisfied with that and that the real meet's coming down the line in 2 weeks, and I think the team's excited.
The whole team did impress. Sophia Richter also setting a school record. You, however, as everybody knows, have a much tighter turnaround getting into indoor track season. How do you make it happen so that you can go seamlessly from a football season that went all the way through January 2nd to then be ready to compete here in the final days of January?
Well, I said it before, and I'll say it forever, but it's not me. It takes a village, and between the coaches and the staff, friends and family that offer me support, it's the only way I've ever been able to do it, and it's the only way I'll ever be able to do the things I do. So just working with Coach Cook, getting the training plan, being able to get a lot of workouts in, but not come back too fast, being in a healthy spot coming off of football, leaving on good terms, having the great season that we had there, uh, taking a good winter break to have a little time off. I think I had 10 days, which is the most days I've had since I got here. So that was great. It was huge, best break I've had. So like I said, just kind of like recentering myself and getting to be around people or a new set of people and people that I love, and yeah, it's nothing I did. Just thankful to be around the people I am.
Now, with no classes today, Nate, what do you do during a snow day at the academy?
Yeah, so let's see, I homework, and then trying to get ahead in homework.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about this star mate because you have one of the more adorned N Star sweaters of any midshipman at the academy right now. What is the key? What is really driving you to come away with a victory once again over the Black Knights?
I mean, everyone says it. Army Navy's just different, and it is, and I'm extremely thankful to be able to participate in track Army Navy meets and also football Army Navy games. And it's different, but both are extremely special. That'll always hold a special place in my heart. And what it means to me is it's the ultimate competition. Times don't matter. Distances don't matter. The only thing that matters is winning. It's just the ultimate competition. That's what a dual meet is. And I think it's the purest form of the sport. It's just you racing another person and see who's gonna win. You out jumping someone and you out throwing someone. I think that's what makes Army Navy so special.
Let's focus on meet day in Westby for a second. I want to know, how are your emotions different in the lead up to the Army Navy football game that they are when you get ready for the Army Navy dual meet and track?
Pretty much the same. The idea is if you visualize, the emotions that you're going to go through before you get there, you kind of realize it's all the same. The nerves are the same, the anxiousness is the same, the willingness and wanting to succeed is the same. Um, Although the venue may be a little bit smaller at Army Navy track meets than the Army Navy football games, it still feels like the whole world's there, especially here in West B. Everyone shows out. So it's a great time. And yeah, I would say they're very similar in how I feel on meet day and game day and how I prepare.
Your track and field director, Jamie Cook, has set quite the standard against the Black Knights with this program. In your mind, what is the one quality that he possesses that has made this program so successful?
He doesn't just demand competitiveness. I mean, he is the epitome of competitiveness. You're not going to find, it's hard to find coaches out there that compete the way he does in a coaching game. So any advantage he can find, he's going to get it. You know, any way you can change the time to make it more favorable, any way you can modify the training schedule, any way you can substitute one person, put in a different person, maybe have one person run 4 events. So when you have a coach who leads like that, it's very easy to follow in those footsteps. And when competitiveness is demanded, that's the expectation. And so I think the reason why he's had success is because there is a level of competitiveness that is demanded among the Navy track and field team that separates us.
Last year he told me something interesting. I loved it. He said that before last year's indoor track and field meet, in his entire time here at Navy, he makes a habit of doing something physically demanding before every single meet that you guys have, particularly the star meets. So Nate, if you were to tell coach and call him up and give him a little workout, what would it be before this upcoming star meet?
Oh man, he hates CrossFit workouts. So I'd probably make him do a CrossFit workout, something involving he hates it when people are slamming the medicine balls on the walls. So I'd probably have him do some of those, just something to get him real pissed off, real angry, and get all those emotions out, and then come to the Army Navy game all calmed out, ready to go, ready to compete.
What has it been like being the captain of this group so far in indoor?
It's been really special. I was fortunate enough to at football have a really small group of guys, the wide receivers to lead, and that's something that I'll always remember. And, it's definitely different coming from, like being in charge of, 10, 11 guys and being with them to now having, five fellow team captains and we're all in charge of 200 people. So it's definitely different. The job changes a little bit, but at the same time, it doesn't. I enjoy really every second of it. I'm learning a lot, especially uh, with having such good seniors that I've had in the past growing up here. It's been really easy to just kind of, get in your flow and do your job. But now being the senior and having a lot of underclassmen, it's realizing that, hey, you're in that place now, and it's your turn to leave your legacy. And your legacy isn't how fast you run or how many records you set. It's how many people you can lead and make into leaders so that when they're in your spot, they can be better than you.
You might have just answered this last question I have for you, Nate, but you've already achieved All-America status. You've rewritten a number of school records. You've got more N-Stars than I think Navy Space on your N-Star sweater at this point. What is still driving you in your final 2 seasons of indoor and then outdoor track coming up this spring?
Just love of the team, love of the sport. There's nothing like it, whether that's collegiate athletics or competing at the highest stage. It's just something it's different. It's special. There's nowhere else like it, especially here at the academy. You just go through so many things together that bond is unbreakable. And yeah, and star sweaters are nice, and Army Navy stars are nice, and All Americans are nice. But at the end of the day, I mean, I would still love doing what I'm doing if I just got to be around the people that I get to be around. 'Cause that's all that really matters to me. And the friends and the teammates that I've made here are really special to me, and that'll be my memory of this place.
Way to end it. Here's to adding another N-Star to that sweater coming up against the Black Knights on February 7th. You can
Let's
watch the
do it.
Midshipmen in Westby. That'll be taking place all Saturday long. Nate, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tim.
You have been listening to the Navy Sports Magazine Show, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics.